Man, here. I'm back at it. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. What up, folks? Been out of here for about a week and a half, but I am back. And the first thing back, I need to talk about this fight. It has been announced on January the 23rd on PBC on Fox Forte. The fight that we thought we would get on that particular date to kickstart PBC on Fox would be Keith Thurman versus Showtime Sean Porter. But however, that fight ain't going down. They don't have a venue. They don't have a date. They ain't got shit. Instead, we are going to get Danny Garcia, Danny the Gift Garcia versus Robert the Ghost Guerrero, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is the fight. And it's going down at the Staples Center in LA. They're going to, of course, sell this thing as a Puerto Rico versus Mexico thing like they did with Cotto Canelo. That is the obvious selling point of this fight. But the question that remains in some of our minds, I guess, why the fuck is Danny Garcia fighting Robert the Ghost Guerrero? Even bigger question, how the fuck is Robert Ghost Guerrero ranked 6th by the WBC? A dude who's went 2-4 in his last 6 fights. And then even in some of the victories, they wasn't impressive victories by far. The Martinez victory was a split decision. The Karma guy victory was a guy he went to the end of the earth with, and a dude that most boxing fans here in America doesn't even know who the fuck he is. You know what I mean? How the fuck is Robert Guerrero ranked fucking 6? Who did he beat? Those two guys? Because he hasn't had a significant win since Berto. We haven't seen that version of Robert Guerrero in quite some time now. Robert Guerrero's punching power has left the fucking building, ladies and gentlemen. The man needs to go down to 135 where he was in the sensation, or 140 again. Don't know if his body will allow that. And if he can't go down, it's time to go the fuck out. Because he is not beating nobody of higher caliber at welterweight. You get me? Danny Garcia is just, I guess you could say, and I don't usually take this route with a lot of fighters. I got my criticisms of Danny Garcia. We all know that. I've already criticized all the previous fights. Yes, I think Mauricio Herrera beat him. Yes, I think Lamont Peterson beat him. Let's get that out the fucking way. But the fact remains is that Danny Garcia is just fighting who they put in front of him. He is an Al Heyman fucking worker. You know what I'm saying? And so he has to do what Uncle Al says. And these are the fights that Uncle Al has aligned him with. They are keeping Danny Garcia as a star. Gift after gift decisions, gift opponents. They are keeping Danny Garcia a fucking star. Danny Garcia is ranked 2nd by the WBC. And some people may ask how. Well, I kind of understand it when you know the rules about that shit. Given that he was champion by the WBC at 140, that automatically, when he elevates up to the when he elevated up to welterweight, full-fledged welterweight, that gave him a much higher ranking by the WBC. I thought it used to be supposed to be first, but they are keeping Amir Khan as their first ranked fighter in the WBC at welterweight. Now, given that Showtime Sean Porter is ranked 3rd by the WBC, and he has an upcoming alleged fight with Keith one-time Thurman, so he's busy. Amir Khan will be the obvious choice. I've went in on videos in the past about Khan and Garcia rematching at welterweight. But Amir Khan's delusional ass is fucking chasing around Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather. So that ain't changed. He's scared to rock the boat too much because he don't want to fuck up a big fight with Kell Brook. We see both of them taking a page out of that fucking playbook. Kell Brook is canceling fights. He has injuries and all kinds of jazz. Amir Khan is avoiding fights. He's avoiding people, but he's trying to take an easy route to Kell Brook, and he feels he's the more superior fighter when it comes to Pacquiao and even possibly Mayweather. So he'll take those 2 fights because even if he loses, he's still on track for a big fight. So Amir Khan is thinking business. But the fact still remains, honor-wise, Amir Khan is looking like a straight biatch. Because the man who knocked your ass out, the man who put your ass to sleep, who sent your ass night-night, is right there, bruh. Right there. Everybody like, well, why does Khan have to chase Garcia? He's the higher ranked boxer. Yeah, but correct me, riddle me this. Did not Khan last knockout come from Danny Garcia? Khan should not want to avenge that fucking knockout. It's right there. It's available. You do business with Heyman. You know what I mean? So does Danny Garcia. The fight can go down if you push for it. But no. He wants Pacquiao and he wants Mayweather, as always. So the question then, given that Robert Guerrero is ranked 6th and Danny Garcia is ranked 2nd, what the fuck does Danny Garcia beating Robert Guerrero do? What does it do? What does it really, really do? You know, a lot of us always run around and try to figure out who's going to be the next guy. Who is going to be the next big pay-per-view star, correct? Once Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao officially call it quits. Who is going to be the next guy? And we all look at people like Golovkin and we say, well, maybe he'll be the next guy. But then his pay-per-view just dropped with the Lemieux and it did shit. Then we look at dudes like Canelo, and we truly don't know how much, though we know he's a star. You know, the Canelo Cotto fight had Cotto in it. What can Canelo really bring by himself is the question. So we don't know if it's Canelo. But if you look at the moves that are being made with a fighter, what they're doing behind the scenes, the opponents they're setting him up with, the venues they're allowing him to fight at, the markets they're putting him in. And you got to look at Danny Garcia and what Al Heyman is doing. He's grooming that kid. He's building that kid. Gift after fucking gift. Come on, y'all. He lost to Herrera. That fight, he was not going to lose that fight because that was his first fight in Puerto Rico. And they are trying to make him a star. You have to make him a star back home before he can become a star here. Because those are the motherfuckers that's going to buy this shit. So they wasn't going to have him lose there. You look at the moves that Heyman is doing with this dude, man. He's getting him paid. Week fight after week fight. Showcase fight after showcase fight. Former already unified champion at 140. They're going to try to maneuver this guy to some sort of title fight. I know it. Don't know against who. But there's going to come a time when Danny Garcia is going to have to prove. He's going to have to prove, ladies and gentlemen. We seen what he did to Paulie Malignaggi, and that was commendable. I don't feel fucking sorry for Paulie Malignaggi. Fuck Paulie Malignaggi. You know what I mean? So he took his fucking head off. He beat the shit out of Paulie. He was supposed to do that. So it shows he belongs at 147. But now, given that he came in at such a higher rank, he needs to face more stiffer competition, not pillow punching fighters. Robert Guerrero ain't had a knockout in forever. He has no kind of punching power threat whatsoever. Danny will not only outbox him, but he is the harder puncher. Why ain't they not putting him in there with the sharks? How many fights are we going to get before he sees a shark? I don't blame him for Khan. I truly don't. But you got to ask yourself, does Danny Garcia in your mind beat Keith Thurman? Does he beat Sean Porter? Does he beat Marcos Maidana? I don't know. But the moves that are being made by Al Heyman towards Danny Garcia, we need to really start opening our third eye here and saying maybe he is being groomed and being put in the right positions to be the next pay-per-view star. The same fucking way that they did Adrian Broner before he fucked up. The same way. They built that kid. They built that kid. He had it. He was on the cusp. And then, boom, the loss to Maidana happened. Will the same thing happen to Danny? I tend to disagree. Because Danny did dominate pretty much 140. Adrian dominated 135, skipped over 140, and came up to 4-7. So, and then Danny's also fought at the catch weights at 144. So this weight thing is, I don't think, a bigger issue. It's just more so protection for Danny Garcia than anything. I don't see the significance of this fight. Only significance this fight has is for Robert Guerrero. If he wins, this does wonders for his career. But for Danny Garcia, this does nothing to move the needle for Danny Garcia. It just puts him on national television on a showcase fight in an opening date on an opening network, and that's all it does. It puts him. And then this is Fox Deportes, so this is a Mexican or Spanish American channel. You get me? So they're marketing Danny Garcia, man, for something. For something. They're building Danny Garcia, but there's going to come a time where he has to get in there with a fucking shot. And I can't wait for that moment. So fuck this fight. Danny Garcia is going to win the fight. I'll just throw the prediction out there now. I'll do strategy in another video. Danny Garcia is going to win the fight. He's supposed to win the fight. He's scheduled to win the fight. Even if he loses the fight, he'll win the fight. Doesn't fucking matter. This is a worthless fight just to see Danny Garcia fucking box. So if you're a fan of Danny Garcia, big fan, this is for you. If you're a fan of the sport, sorry for you. To the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. I just don't know. I don't know. But that day is coming. That day of reckoning is really coming. To the next video. Peace out.